Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. Today we have Senator Chuck Schumer from the state of New York versus President Trump in a 2020 eventual scenario. So Chuck Schumer right now, his approval rating isn't that high in New York, and after the government shutdown, um, considering that the main reason why the government is shut down is because both Republicans and Democrats cannot agree for funding. However, I think that the brunt really falls on mainly Donald Trump and the GOP, but I think it'll also fall on Schumer because he is the minority leader, and the bill can't pass without Democratic votes. So I think that's gonna eventually come back and hurt him the same way it's hurting the president right now. So I'm gonna fill in the map accordingly, based on where I think it would be. Um, Honestly, Donald Trump's approval ratings only mean so much when the Democrats run a good candidate. Chuck Schumer isn't necessarily the best candidate they could run. He is a necessary, he is a typical Democrat per se. I mean, he represents the Democratic establishment, and that's going to be something that could both help him and hurt him in different states. But we're going to go through the map right now. So all the states I didn't fill in are swing states. New Mexico, not so much. But I gave Donald Trump states like Georgia, Arizona, Ohio, and Iowa right away because of the fact that he carried these by considerable margins in 2016. Chuck Schumer is probably, I think he could do better than Hillary Clinton. However, I don't think it'll be enough to win over those states that were pretty much solid red before, if not turned solid red in 2016. States like Colorado, I honestly don't see going for Donald Trump, and also going over to Virginia, although it is a military state and the government shutdown prohibits military funding. The major brunt of that will still fall on the GOP, and in a Democratic state like Virginia, I don't see a way for Trump to win those electoral votes. Going up to the Northeast, Chuck Schumer definitely has a Northeastern appeal. They're both from the state of New York, so that's very interesting, but I do think that it'll be the same way the 2016 scenario was, with 3 electoral votes going to the Democrat, in this case Chuck Schumer, and 1 going to Trump. But then we're going to go to a state like North Carolina and Florida. These 2 states, I do think that um, Donald Trump would narrowly carry. I mean, even with everything going against the president in these states, I don't think Schumer could really bring out minorities in places that they need to vote for Democrats to win. But they could. I do think that Schumer would win states like Minnesota, Michigan, and Nevada for the same reasons Hillary Clinton won them, with the exception of Michigan. Donald Trump's approval rating, like I said, only goes so far, but Chuck Schumer, I think he could narrowly carry Michigan. I think it'll be a larger margin than Donald Trump carried it in 2016, but I still think he would carry it. Going over to Pennsylvania, I also think that Chuck Schumer would narrowly carry Pennsylvania. Um, Personally, I do think that he has a better appeal to the voters in Pennsylvania, the white working class, just considering his background and everything. But although Donald Trump was able to win them over, his approval rating is dipping here, so I think he's lost a considerable portion of his voting base. I think it'll still narrowly go to the Democrats. I think his highest approval rating is over in the state of Wisconsin. We'll come back to that. But in the state of New Hampshire, again, the Northeastern appeal, I think that will put Schumer over the top in New Hampshire. Going over to Wisconsin, I honestly think Donald Trump would narrowly carry the state of Wisconsin. I think his Rust Belt appeal, the fact that he's been holding the majority of his Rust Belt rallies in Wisconsin, is going to resonate with voters there and narrowly give him a victory. I think Donald Trump would win 270 to Chuck Schumer's 268. As new polls come out, I think they could either go more for Trump or more for Schumer, depending on how it turns out. But this is the map as it stands today. 270 electoral votes, the exact number needed for Donald Trump, to 268 for Senator Schumer. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you all tomorrow.